Did I girl boss too hard to the point that it's affecting my dating life? I think so. I'm a lawyer. I pay my own bills. I have my own place. I have my own money, including savings, okay? I take care of my mental health, which means that like the work doesn't just stop all of a sudden, even if I'm doing great. I go to therapy like every 2 weeks, all right? Shout out to Chris. And this is a big one. I solo travel a few times a year. So now going into the dating field, right? I have a different point of view as to like what I'm looking for in a person, and people have just kind of fallen short from fulfilling that. I'm not about to be with somebody or in a relationship just because of what? Semantics? You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn about that. I don't give a In my past relationships, I focused on the feeling of love, right? Oh my gosh, I adore this person. I can't see my life without them. Da, da, da. And look at me, living and thriving. Because I'm hyper independent and I girl bossed a little too hard and I went to therapy, all right, that's the trifecta right there. I pay attention to love, of course, but the other very important factor is how do I benefit from being in a relationship with this person? I just told y'all all the ways they benefit. Okay, how do I benefit though? And that is a part where these men be giving me the ick right away. When I think about the benefits I would be looking for, it's nothing that is out of this world. And that's the troubling part. An example in my case would be someone who does thoughtful gestures, right? Like you bought me flowers out of nowhere, not because it's Valentine's Day, you just bought me flowers just because, baby? Damn, that is so beautiful. You passed like the ice cream store and you know I like a certain sorbet, so you went inside and got me some. And I'd even ask you. Do you know what that would unlock in me? These things don't cost a lot of money. They don't even take a lot of brain power, but a lot of men don't have it in them, y'all. It's not clicking, Steven. It's not clicking. As someone who is hyper independent, I don't mind being single because I could do bad all by myself. If you're coming into my life and it's not to elevate me, you're gonna have to get off the elevator. You ain't coming to the top floor. Nope, bye.
Reason why some men hate successful women isn't because they become bitches. It's because they can't control them, conquer them, or dictate their every move. The problem isn't women making money. It's the threat they pose to those who can't handle their success. We have this double standard where strong women are labeled as aggressive or bossy or bitch, where men with these same characteristics are labeled as strong or decisive. Yahoo CEO Marissa Mayer gets labeled as crazy and too tough, where Jeff Bezos is praised as audacious and determined. Do you see the bias here? Multiple studies have actually shown that when men are evaluating distant targets, like women they can't get, men are attracted to intelligent women. But when those women are near, when they're like right there next to them, men will feel less attracted if those women can outsmart them. It's like their egos can't handle a little competition. And it sucks, but there are a lot of strong, successful women out there partnered with fragile men. Why? Studies actually show that successful women are targeted by narcissistic or insecure men because they need constant ego stroking. They need someone who can take care of them. And they like to try to prove that they're the smarter one. So again, the reason why some men hate successful women isn't because they become bitches. It's because they can't control them. They can't conquer them. They can't dictate their every move. Because they set boundaries, because they know what they want, because they are sure of themselves. That means they can't be manipulated. That means they're going to expect you to rise up and meet them where they're at. That means you have to bring something to the table, to the relationship, other than just financial support. So instead of feeling threatened by strong and successful women, let's celebrate them. Let's support and uplift each other. And for those who still feel intimidated by successful women, it's time to reflect on your own insecurities and let go of your need for dominance.
So something that I've noticed since being in law school and even graduated from law school and starting my business and everything like that is that some men don't want to be with a successful woman. Now, they may claim they do, but in reality, they don't. Once you get to a certain level of success, your success can begin to intimidate them. And that will show up in little ways in the relationship. Why? Because they begin to resent your success because you're becoming the powerhouse of the relationship, the mitochondria, if you will, and they don't like that. To them, you're supposed to be behind them, slightly behind them, or beside them, as they say. And so when you begin to step in front of them, when you become to get in the limelight, they don't want that to happen. They don't like that. It takes a strong man, someone who is comfortable in himself, in his career, in his person, in his manhood, to be with a successful woman.
So I would never date a broke man. And sometimes people justify dating broke men by saying that, well, love is what's most important and that it conquers all. So long as there is love in your relationship, there aren't going to be any problems. You both can get through it together. No, this is something called struggle love, and it's predominantly pushed within the Black community. Financial stability does play a crucial role in determining the success of your relationship. Financial issues are a major reason as to why a lot of marriages fail and couples are in conflict. So when you're in a relationship with a broke man, you may find yourself pouring into him. You may find yourself encouraging him to do better and to want more for himself. But then you quickly realize that none of that matters. You realize that a lot of broke men are actually very comfortable in their situation. It's honestly just because they understand that even when broke, they will still be rewarded. Now, I talked about this previously in the past. They understand that even when broke, a woman will still sleep with them. Even when broke, a woman will provide him shelter. Even when broke, he can still get companionship. Even when broke, he will be fed and he will be cleaned up after. The way it used to be was, in order to get all of these benefits, you had to be married. Improve yourself to take care of a family if need be. Now, because we have this whole boyfriend and girlfriend nonsense, men have found a way to get around marriage and get marriage benefits for the cost of nothing. And to make it even worse, a lot of men are getting marriage benefits without even being a boyfriend. Without having a boyfriend-girlfriend situation, they can still get marriage benefits, and they get it by being a sneaky link or by being a friends with benefits. So by doing this, you are taking away his incentive to work harder. You ladies need to understand that it's very natural for men to become comfortable when they are getting what they desire at low effort and low cost. So to get back to my original point, if he wants to work harder, if he wants to be the caretaker of his family, he would. He wouldn't be comfortable with being broke. And honestly, I don't think men should be dating if they have no money. You need to focus on getting a stable career. Women should not be your main focus. So in my personal case, it doesn't make logical sense for me to date a broke man because, one, I don't date men in my age group. So it makes literally zero sense for me to leave what I have right now. My parents provide for me. My money is spent on vacations, dinner with friends, French curl braids, my gym membership. It doesn't make sense for me to leave all of that to now struggle with a grown man who is much older than me. Secondly, I make my own money. I'm able to buy all the nice things that I want. I have always been able to buy all the nice things that I've wanted ever since I was 16. I'm in college, going to get a second degree, going to enter a career path that is going to make me insane amounts of money. What sense would it make that I decide to downgrade and deal with a broke man who is not educated and doesn't have a career? It makes zero sense. That is delusional. I have lost the luxury of being delusional 3 years ago when I was in high school. I lost it. I don't have it anymore. I am extremely self-aware. Please do not allow men to shame you for only wanting to date men who are on your level or higher. Women are not out here trying to convince men to be with unattractive women or women who are 300 pounds overweight. And before I end this video, I just want to say that there's also this mistaken belief that men who are broke are more loyal and loving than men with stable careers and good jobs, and that couldn't be further from the truth. This is just another way men, and sometimes women, will try to get you to settle with a broke man. It's a trick. Please do not fall for it.